Okay, well, welcome back. I honestly don't really have much to say. I had a really interesting experience. I forgot to close that. I wouldn't say close per se, more like do this. I had a really fun, interesting experience to say the least. And it's not reacting. Cool, cool, cool. What if I just put it here? Would that give some reaction? No, it's about the same. Cool. The second probably leave there. Go. If I do this, and then if I do this, no, nothing. Okay, cool. Whatever. I'm not really gonna trip about it. Um, I got distracted. Well, I wouldn't say distracted might be the word, but it's a fun story. So some of my friends were like, "Hey, you wanna download? You wanna buy Outlast Trials?" The game is like, I believe it was going for like $11. And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I don't have any issues with it. Like, let's buy it, right? And I didn't have anybody to play with because, like, once I got off from work, it was kind of like, oh yeah, we just gotta, you gotta bounce, because it's like we're going to bed. Because like all my close friends have like relatively like different schedules, so it's kind of like a little bit difficult. And so I decided to just play a little bit on Outlast Trials just to see how the game is and what it's all about, right? And the best part is that I tried like the new mode. I think it's called Invasion, and I don't know to do that. Okay, there it is. Oh no, this one. And I tried to do Invasion, and it was fun for a good minute. But after like I want to say after like a while, I think it was like literally on my second game. I was playing with randoms because I was like, you know what, let me just give it a shot. Why not? Like, it wouldn't be that bad. I was completely wrong. I spent probably like an hour or so playing with this couple, and all I'm gonna say is, you guys did you guys need something that might help you with life, because the amount of things that were happening was at first it was kind of funny because it was like, oh no, like, hey honey, I'm scared, like what's going on, like how's this game, like what's going on with this game, and yada 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 yada. I'm like, okay, that's fine, this is just like, like a couple being a couple. And the longer we played, the more they argue, and I was like, um um let me just continue playing. And for some reason, the more that I play, the so yes, somehow let me actually change this for a second. Like the more that I played, the more I was like, hold up, why are you guys making this like a me issue? Because they sort of like bringing me into like their whole arguments. Is like, listen, man, this is what's happening. Like, she's like a really cool girl and all that kind of stuff, but she's something else. And I'm just like, why are you telling me this? I literally just moved to like another corner. He's like, don't walk away, man. You gotta listen to me. Like, you gotta act like what was it like a therapist? I'm like, I kind of don't want to. I kind of don't want to. I don't feel bad because like I'm pretty sure they're really great people. But my lord, that was that was something else. I was stressing kind of bad because it was like, what? Why are you telling me this? Like, what's going on with this? What's happening with that? And it was just no. Like I just got stressed out. Give me a second. It was funny, like looking back, but like holy moly, dude. I spent like probably like an entire hour just trying to. Oh no, this one. Which one is it? I can probably just turn this one down. Okay, there we go. And it was kind of wild on that aspect that they just keep arguing, and I'm just like, what am I supposed to do here? Like, how am I supposed to like communicate with like you guys? Because like they asked me, you got a mic? I'm like, no, I don't have a mic. I just like shake my head like with the mic, like with the mouse. Like, no, I don't. And they just continue arguing. Like, don't take me wrong. I really think they might make a cute couple. Like, or they might be like really great people. But they just during the instance, I'm like, what's going on? Why am I getting dragged onto this? And goodness gracious, I guess I stress out so much because I'm like, dude, and they keep dying. So it's kind of like, oh man, like this guy, like so I gotta go back, find like a syringe, revive them, and what's it called? And when I die, they're like, no, no, baby, like don't remind me of revive the guy. He's the one carrying us. I'm like, no, just let me die. Let me end my suffering. And as soon as the game ends, I'm like, I'm bouncing. I'm leaving. I'm staying. Like, because like I don't mind playing with others. I don't mind playing with strangers. Uh, it's just like the fact that it's just like they were like hours that like half the time they were flirting, and half the time it's like, "Hey, don't touch my woman!" Like to like the NPCs, like the monsters NPCs, and I'm just like, okay, like what am I supposed to do here? Like what's going on here? But overall, the game is fun. It, I just feel like I should play with friends rather than by myself. Because that was a fun experience to say the least.
Yet,
Anyways,
the little fellow that has been breaking into my home for the last few nights. As soon as I got to the door, I turned on the light and opened the door, but there was no cat on the other side. I looked into the living room as my eyes slowly adjust to the darkness until I saw it rapidly reaching to me. I saw a multitude of fingers that that wasn't a cat.
actually, now that I think about it, I wanted to add something else. Uh, that I just saw that it might sound a little bit better, and that is a door hit. I don't know if that's the right terminology. Um, no. Like what I'm thinking is like something crashing into a door. Like I want to say like flesh. I don't know if that's like that word that I can use. Uh, body slam maybe to the door. No, body slam door maybe. Yeah, that one. Still getting copyrighted because of that one. Cool. Thank you for that. Whoever you were. Oh wait, this is oh great. Can I turn this into an MP4? That's my question. Oh wait, if I minimize the program, that'll happen. Okay, that makes sense. Let me open up the files and see. Hopefully, I can change this to an MP4. I don't, oh yeah, I forgot to change my alarm. Oh no, MP4 is the file for videos. I'm thinking of MP3 files. Because the file is an IEFF. So let's see if this might work a little bit better. This means because the file support the file extension correct. So I can't make it into MP3. Okay, that's fine. I guess I'll be using the other one. As long as it's not bad. Because let's be real. Well, I wouldn't say like bad in terms of like, oh, this is not good. But in terms of, it's also an IF. Great. Where's the circular sound? You just want to need information. Can I maybe noise do this? No, I don't want to use that media player. Like, who uses a media player nowadays? Like, it's old school media player. What if I do this? We're gonna. Okay, cool. I could have done that. That's great. Could have. Now let's do this. Actually, I can probably just do this for a second. Rapidly reaching Okay, let me show this
into
more
me.
for a second.
I saw a multitude of fingers that wasn't a cat. There was no cat on the other side.
What I'm thinking is, let's this one. That's too quiet. Don't some word. Would that make a difference? Mm, this one. A little too loud. I'll admit that, but that's fine by me. I'm not really going to be too picky about it. The good thing about it is that let's bring it out. Let's mm, let me see if I can make the audio quieter. Because if I can, that'd be really really nice. Uh, do, 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 do. I want maybe noise reduction. Maybe the one.
I look into the
That is so quiet. Uh, that is so. I'm dumb. I just realized like the ending sounds kind of cringe. Holy cow! Why is this like one-sided? Oh, I lower this. Like it feels like it's leaning more on the like one side. Yeah. So oh yeah, that makes sense. Because I'm looking at the audio clips or the audio sounds on this war, and it only sounds on one side. So if I can maybe can I make this in instead of in a mono, can I make this into stereo? No. Mm, that's not what I'm looking for. What I'm thinking is making this into actually about and I got an idea. Let me open up Audacity for a second. And let's bring out this sound effect. And can I make you into a stereo? Mm, okay, that one is both ears. That makes sense. So why is it sounding like a? That doesn't make sense. Whatever. I'm not gonna do like honestly trip about it. Stereo. And that should be fine for now. Save. Yes. Thank you. Now let's bring up Da Vinci. I hopefully didn't open that one. Take this one out. Maybe because let's be real, it's not really that useful. Let's bring the new one. And let's put it down here. Now the question is, the thing I should have done now that I think about it is reduce the audio. I didn't do that. That's my mistake. But let's play with it. I don't, I don't need this. Mm-hmm. Maybe this one. Quiet, quiet. Okay, that really doesn't make sense because I'm pretty sure I saved this as a monofile. That you aren't living life. Okay, that sounds like a really cringe on my part. Did I do something? This. Wait, actually, I'm breaking my head for no reason. Let me just test something out. No, okay, never mind. So it's the file itself. Okay, cool. Because if it was like, if it wasn't the file, then things would be a little bit different. Just a little bit different. Just a little more elaborated per se. So when I mean, say, God, what was that? Out of context, that would be really weird. Let me turn off this one for a
There's
second.
no cat on the other side. I look into the living room as my eyes slowly adjust to the darkness until I saw it. Rapidly reaching to me, I saw a multitude of fingers that
And
rapidly reaching to me. I saw a multitude of fingers.
it's going to be stopping around there. Yay. Yay. what I want from this is being able to lower the sound. So let's have some soft clipping. That wasn't a cat. Really, one more. One more. Just one more. Last one. I swear. Rattle. No. Okay, cool. This is the one that I'm looking for. Well, not that for the location, but but hopefully it doesn't sound too off. Hopefully. What was that? No, no. I gotta kill someone. Hey, how's it going? How's everything? Welcome in. Welcome to the crib. No, I'm kidding. That sounds kind of cringe, honestly. What is it about there? Should we focus stopping point? How's everything? Hopefully you had a good day. I'm assuming night. I don't know why did I do that. Darn it. There we go. So get that one. I feel like I need maybe this one if I'm mistaken. At the other side, I look into the living room as my eyes slowly adjust to the darkness. The only issue. Oh, my day was great. What about you? It was good. Work was slow, so I was kind of happy about that. I had a fun experience. I wish I told earlier, but the gist of it is I was playing Outlast because I was curious on how it is, and I came across this couple that were playing for the first time, and it was all over the place. And to put it nicely, it was fun though. I like the experience. The game is fun. The couple were a little bit more on the hit or miss, but overall, it was a fun experience. Yes, until I saw it rapidly reaching to me. I saw a multitude of fingers. Ooh, that's loud. That's loud. Let me. I watched the first episode of this, by the way. Oh, what do you think of it? I know the audio was really, really low, so I do apologize on that. I'm sure it was like the first time I did it, and it's kind of weird because like I'm kind of partial like deaf on the ears because I used to work with planes back a few years back, so my hearing just kind of got a little bit bad. So it's but at the same time I have sensitive ears, so it's a little bit contradictory. I feel at least I like to believe that's the case. So you know, there's that's still out. Multitude of fingers. No, it was nice, but the intro was a bit longer than it should be. Yeah, it was honestly. Because like, I should have like a script and everything, but I just didn't. Because I was like, oh, I just gonna be like something real quick. Next thing I know, it was like 2 minutes long. So it was but for our first audio, it was good. Thank you, I appreciate it. Um, so the whole aspect of somber mysteries per se. Um, which I guess I can bring this up. I'm not gonna say names, but one of my friends essentially had this idea of a doing like a radio show thing for like those old school like what's the word I'm looking for? Like those like 60s to 50s, like 1950s shows where everything was on radio and you had like this like soundtracks and whatnot. Um, and so his whole thought was, oh, I want to make that, but he never got around it. And eventually, I was like, you know what? I'll give this a shot. Why not? And he told me to give him credit, so there's your credit. No, but yeah, thank you though, to my friend who hopefully get to see the second episode. And for my process currently is I'm thinking about making like 6 episodes or at most, maybe three, depending how it is. Um, but what's it called? Um, that's many as I'm planning to make as for right now, depending how it is, how it's being received, and whatnot. Then interesting concept. Yeah. So it's the main concept that I had for myself is like like short horror stories, which doesn't last more like 5 minutes per se, maybe 10 tops. It just kind of relates like small stories. Like a good example might be something like Junji Ito. If you don't know who that is, Junji Ito is basically a manga horror that makes horror stories. Uh, which most of the times are just based out of something that might happen or um something that might be based out of a fear. So it's kind of interesting. For this one specifically, I mean, I technically spoiled the whole thing already, uh, based on like how the stream has gone, but it's probably a little bit interesting. Hopefully, at least for me, hopefully it is, but who knows? Um, then again, like seeing it from the perspective of a creator is, is different from like an audience perspective. Uh, Probably the only thing that I might say that isn't what's the word I'm looking for? Interesting maybe is no, something that it might be lacking for some people is the visual aspect, because I know people are really visual on things, you know. Fingers. Let me just lower a little bit more. Okay, I think that should be fine for now in terms of how it is. So yeah, I sent the first one to my some of our friends, and one of them was like, "Dude, that is so cringe. Like, why you making that?" I'm like, "I don't know. I just got bored. I wanted to make something new." So it was fun. Yeah, it was fun. You know how it is with like with friends and whatnot. It's like you feel more comfortable just throwing shade at like each other. So yeah, it was fun. There's Let me actually count that one a little bit more closer, because I don't want to have like too much like empty space between like the sound effects. Mainly because I kind of want to have like a more of a momentum. But creating stuff isn't cringe though. It's not. It's just like my voice is like the probably the cringiest part, because like I feel like once you know like somebody like in a personal level, and you see them like making I don't want to say like low content effort, but for me it kind of feels like that because it's my own content. It might feel kind of cringy from their perspective, or friend's perspective. So okay, I got that one. Somewhat. Yeah, I know. I know. My girl is bullying me every day. And I kind of relate to that. I have a coworker that really used to shade at each other in a really not nice way, to put it nicely. We just throw a lot of things to each other, and we just laugh it off. So I want to lower this one by maybe that. Uh, that I want to have like the rattling noise a little bit more like vivid. That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, that's a little bit better. But yeah, it's fun stuff. At least in my opinion, you know. Like I think a good example is like this point. That wasn't a cat. What was that? That's supposed to be like a little bit more of like, oh my god, what's going on? Like, what is this happening? Why is this happening? You know, or like, where is this coming? Type of thing. Like a little more frantic, like scare. But I don't think I can give that kind of voice because I don't think I have like the range for that sort of voice. So it can be it can be a little bit cringy, funny, cringy for me to just be like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" You know, it's just me though. No, no, I gotta kill someone, and that's when. Okay, if I'm. What was that?
Help!
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. That's not an Azrael, don't worry. Um, that's gonna be like what's the word I'm looking for? Like the whole like mystery, because what was the quote at the end of the first episode? It's not how you die, it's when you die. If in terms of how I'm planning to do this, because I'm gonna have a little bit of like I want to say a little bit of lore on what like I'm thinking about. That aspect is going to have a little bit more of a meaningful meaning after maybe this episode or at the end of the whole thing. Just my opinion. Yeah, that wasn't a cat. What was that? No, no. I gotta kill someone, and that's when. Okay, so what I want to call is here. And here. So I'm gonna be continue adding repeating this one on the aggressive side because the whole aspect of it is to give more suspension to it. That way is what's this one? I don't even know what sound effects I have. That's funny. So is yay yay. I mean, I think it should be fine if it's like at least like a microsecond off. Shouldn't be like too much of a big deal. That wasn't a cat. What was that? No, no. I gotta kill someone. So another thing I don't want to add is about yeah, that wasn't a cat. What was that? So I want to reduce the amount of sound that it's making. Cool. The sound. The sound natural. That way, the soundtrack kind of sounds in the background a little bit more easier? Question mark. And the voice doesn't get like lost on like the rattling noises. Yeah, that wasn't a cat. What was that? No, no. I gotta kill someone, and that's when. Okay, that might be a little too low. Yeah, that was your voice. Will be clearer for the listener. Yeah. So like this is kind of like a little. Well, now that I think about it, it's kind of like a little personal project in a sense to see if I can actually edit things properly. Because like back when I was younger, I used to be part of a radio station. It was like a volunteering thing, and they taught me a good amount of things. So I kind of want to like get back a little bit on it, just to have like a I want to say like a basic memory on things. What is this one? So this kind of helps me a little bit to like refresh what I knew, except that at the time I wasn't using DaVinci, I was using Premiere. Oh, I forgot about this one. Okay, cool. I knew I forgot something. Thank you, phone. Didn't even need you to activate. Can I open a new? No. I can. Cool. Until I saw it rapidly reaching to me. I saw a multitude of fingers. Let's say once it's like doors start rattling, so this point should be fine. And what I'm thinking is lower by maybe 15, and because I don't want this to be like up there, like to stand out the most, mainly because like you're having like multiple sound effects at the same time, and the sub process I have is just uh trying to make all the sounds mesh in a way that uh, each sounds kind of sounds out. I don't know if that's a proper explanation. Yeah, that wasn't a cat. What was that? No. Okay, so what I can do for this, since it's so many sounds, can cut here and let's say here and lower it a little bit more. I saw a multitude of fingers. I don't saw that price, but don't worry. Appreciate it. This one was 6, so let's go for like 13. Rapidly reaching to me, I saw a multitude of fingers. Okay, that makes sense. So, um, that's not really going to work the way that I'm thinking. Because my side process is that instead of going from low to higher, it goes the opposite way from high to low. For that, I'm pretty sure I gotta
verify fixed points.
But I'm pretty sure for that I can only do that with Audacity. It's not distortion. A chain, no. Shows would help. Dialog process. No, game doesn't really do anything. I mean, it does something, but it's not what I'm what I'm thinking right now. Maybe this one? Nope, it doesn't. Multiple band compressor, no. Could it be this one? No, it wouldn't. Because I don't want. Well, oh well, whatever. I guess should be fine. Should be fine.
Of fingers.
If anything, I'm just mainly procrastinating. Wait. I could have thought about that now that I think about it. I didn't need to count this in those areas because and like it just literally just reached into my brain. I can cut it shorter and I can do this, which essentially will give me the effect that I'm thinking about without the need of extra steps.
Look into the living room as my eyes slowly adjust to the darkness until I saw it rapidly reaching to me. I saw a multitude of fingers. Yeah, that wasn't a cat. What was that? No, no. I gotta kill someone, and that's when.
Okay, that actually sounded better than I expected. Just maybe a little bit higher. No, I guess I feel like it should be matching this. And for the rattling, I feel like
Yeah, that wasn't a cat. What was that? No, no.
this one should be lower.
That wasn't a cat. What was that? No, no. I gotta.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this one's good. Thank you. For some reason, my brain just fried. Do I need this one?
Kill someone, and that's when.
I'm probably gonna stop at this one. Oh wait. Why is my brain not working right now?
That's when.
For some reason, my brain isn't like it kind of stopped functioning for a minute. Is this one? Is this one? Mm, okay, I'm pretty sure it was this one. I could be wrong about it, but let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Now for this. I don't wanna again, but I don't wanna make it louder. Uh, let's try. No, no, it doesn't do anything. Surround analyzer? No, that may do anything either. You can totally tell I'm a master with this software. Not. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Does this do anything? Swing. Ooh, actually, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Swing. But I don't need the reverb on it. So, swing. It's a feedback. I'm pretty sure it's a feedback. Gotta kill someone, and that's when. Gotta kill someone, and that's when. Now, when I want is less feedback. Swing. That's giving me more feedback. Gotta kill someone, and that's when. That's not really. That's not really what I'm thinking about. Cool. No, I gotta kill someone, and that's when. Mm, no, this is not, isn't what I'm thinking about. I thought it was, but the echo just kind of throws me off, honestly. That's when. Oh, great. Do I need to like
Swing.
remove? Yeah, I should probably remove it and just add a new one. That's going to be more stressful. Because I don't know what point was the point that I ended up, you know. Swing. I just gotta lower the audio on it. Once again. Uh, this is 13. 13 should be fine. 15. And try reduce the low cut. One and this one. Let's make more dry. This one. And maybe this. This one. This one. Oh, this one. Oh no, that's actually louder. Never mind. Mm, and this one. This one. No. It doesn't require echo. It might require some gain, maybe? Does it be loud? Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Mm, Wait, that was 13, right? Because like my assumption, oh my assumption, my thought process right now is that um the character closes the door, so like the cracking sound is like the door cracking. That's what I'm thinking at. That's why like it doesn't really give me the sound that I want, even though I try to find the sound that I was looking for. That's when. Did I add more ceiling to
And
that?
that's when
15.
that's when
I'll give it on 13 or 11. 11 should be fine, I think. Because the whole reason why he says that's when it stops. It literally just the door just cracks. I honestly don't comprehend why I'm moving my hands right now. Like I'm explaining things
someone and that's when
I'm explaining things and my hands are moving. That just feels silly, honestly. Okay, does gain geese makes it deeper? That's my only question.
that's when that's when
Fudge. That's that's fuck. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm so sorry about that. Hopefully I didn't shadow you. I didn't hurt your ears. God, it was. Okay, I can probably show you the screen instead, cause like it probably shows my like my mouse, but it doesn't show like the smallest like things on that program, which is this. This is gain. Um, that's like the thing that used to make like everything crack really really bad. Ah, fudge. Maybe this one. If not, I'm gonna regret it a
that's
lot.
when
Trim. No, it doesn't make a difference. They hurt my ears, but jump scare me a little bit. Actually, actually, now you gave me an idea. Use about let's say 12.5.
and that's when
Yeah, I'm gonna take a like that. Oh my god, somebody's gonna hit me for sure. So the thing that I did is increase the gain to 12.5. So that way it looks a little bit more like, oh wait, this something happened, right? Because I feel like having the same audio or like the same volume of audio might be a little bit different. Actually, yay.
it echoes someone and that's when
I still want to make it deeper though. That's like the main thing. Trying to focus. Is it pitch? I don't think it's pitch.
Help! This one. Somewhere in the middle? No. On the natives, perhaps? And this one. This one. No, it doesn't help. I'm thinking. Because for this part specifically, I really like the idea of using gain on it, but I start thinking about it and I'm like, if I keep a like in a loud audio and somebody's wearing earbuds, then they're probably gonna get their ears hurt, and I kind of don't want to deal with that. So yeah, as much as I would love to keep it like that, I don't want to burst somebody's ear, and that's when honestly. I don't want to have like another me. Just be like, what? Can you repeat that again? I can't hear you properly. Maybe it's not here. Oh, we already did that. I did already. Never mind. Oh. Hmm. So, from this point, I'm probably just up here. There. Help! Please, just help me. Send help. The police, anyone. Something's dragging me away. That thing. That's something I forgot. Great. Dragon sounds. Like like I feel like at the moment when I'm like start to like searching for like sound like not soundtracks, like sound effects, like I'm like, oh, this already, I have like a big idea, but then I start like finding more things like, oh, I forgot this, I forgot that. Not that one. I'm thinking wood. Holy cow, no. I can probably get this one. But the thing about it is like, do I want to compress it? And I don't know how to do that. Probably grab this one. The third one, maybe. I was thinking about that one. I just gotta lower the audio. Um, Let me just change for a second. Um, because I don't want to share my private files. I'm kidding. But I do gotta keep some certain things private. What was the name of that one? Share wood. Okay, see now. This one. Help! And it will be going here. Let's lower the dB by. That's a 20. 20 should be fine. Help! Please. And what I'll be doing in that. Let's increase it by like 13. Wait, that was the third one, right?
No, that's the third one. Mm, no. The reason why is because when you're moving wood against wood, it kind of makes sense. But if you're like, let's say, dragging like a person, it makes a different sound. It doesn't make like wood rubbing against wood sound. It's like, what's a good sound? Uh, no, I don't know if the mic can pick this up. I don't think it can. It's like, yeah, I won't even try. Um, let me see if I can find anything. Oh, so that's why you're looking for. Yeah, because what is it at? At one point, yeah, and I believe it's this one. Help! Please, just help me! Send help! Because in this point, he's like, please help us, send help, please, call the police. Are being dragged away. In a sense, it's like he's getting pulled. So if you're going to be pulling somebody, it's not going to sound like wood against wood. It's going to sound like wood against like, I want to say like a cotton or like shirt, right? So it's not going to give that the same effect as like as that per se. I'm probably putting like too much thought into this, which is like kind of funny, but that's just like how like attention to detail I want to be, mainly because um since there is not that much since there is no visualization, you have to play everything by the ear. So if you're listening everything by the ear, you want to make sure that you're putting the right sounds, you're putting like the right voices, the right notes in terms of like how desperate the person is, or how fearful the person is, or how whatever like character is you're addressing as, kind of like voice acting in a sense, uh, except that you are focusing on both sides of the spectrum per se. I don't know if I went overboard on that. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, especially since like I do like the idea of like people like just stepping out of the phones, like or either having like a speaker or something, just play on the background and be like, oh yeah, like I'm listening to this or I'm listening to that, this is happening, that is happening. So that's my thought process. Ooh, no, never mind. Honestly, I wouldn't mind like a chair sound, but again, it's just like that aspect of like it wouldn't really appeal to what I'm looking for. Help! Please, just no then they clearly imagine the whole story with just the audio and no visuals. Yeah, so that's like my main goal, which honestly I don't think is going to come the way that I hope for, because there's going to be like a few things here and there that I can't either produce the way that I want to, or that the options are pretty limited. Um, because like the audios that I'm working with or the sound effects that I'm working with are coming from like free sounds, right? So you can grab whatever you want to grab from there, but you're essentially playing a gamble of like, will this work or will this not work? would this be useful for me? Would this not be useful for me? Uh, type of thing. Help! Please. I just gotta lower a little bit more. And that way it doesn't really give like too much impression that it's not what people are thinking about. Help! Please. And hopefully the everything else just gets muffled by it. Help me! Help! The police! Anyone! Something's dragging me away. I don't know if I'm being like just too extra detailed with it. I feel like I am, honestly. But that's fine. It's kind of like one of those things that you really want to make sure that everything plays off like nice and neatly. The police! Anyone! Something's dragging me away. That thing is not. So I'm hoping that by tonight I can just wait. What time is it right now? Holy! I'm like, I'm hoping I can finish tonight. It's already like 4 in the morning. I go work tomorrow. Great. Let me just make like a few more edits and then I'll go to like bed. Cause I don't want to go like past like 5 in the morning. Cause at one point you just get like angry, like for me at least, I get like more like emotionally stable when I get like really tired. Yeah, wait, that thing is not human. It's a bunch of. It sounds like a song you just got in for some reason. Hanson, please. Should I just leave as it is? Like instead of cutting it, just put it back as it was. Cause I'm, yeah, dude, you need this rest. Yeah, cause what I'm thinking is send help. The police, anyone. Something's dragging me away. That thing is not human. It's a bunch of hands, please. Mom, Dad, anyone. Help. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna leave it as it is. Because it doesn't really give a sense of struggle as it is getting dragged away. So like probably the reasons or one of the thoughts that I have in my head is like there's gonna be like some sort of level of struggle for whoever's getting dragged away, and the way that this before work. Oh no, like I work like around the afternoon, thankfully. Um, but I still want to like catch a good amount of like sleep, even if it's like at least 5 hours. Help me! Send help! The police! Anyone. Oh, you know what I could do? Uh, it can probably just be better instead. Instead of cutting the empty spaces, cut off some of this. That might be a little, oh, no, a little bit better. Help! Please, just help me! Send help! The police! Anyone! Something. So let's cut this about yay. How far is this?
So here, 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 and this one. Let me open up a little bit more. Please, anyone, something's dragging me away. That thing is not human. It's a bunch of ants, please. Okay, that's a little bit of a better pace, in my opinion, because it just gives like the sense that there is a little bit more struggle, a little bit more weight into like the drugs rather than just like pulling multiple times. Like it can be in a sense, for me at least, that either one works. Because spoilers, bunch of fans. Uh, but you can leave it up to interpretation. Yeah, better. So that's just my thought process. Mom, Dad, anyone? Man, I kind of like that help. So I can cut here. This too. Delete. Where's this one? And close my eyes to rest. Go that one. Up here. This one. And let's put that here. Mom, Dad, anyone? And I'll take this two out. I see you came across that. Okay, cool. I think that's about it, technically. Um, I just gotta do got this part. Please. And I can probably call it quits. And I see you came across the lovely souls of the past. It is said as long as you respect their territory, you'll be fine. But they are quite timid on broad daylight. I hope you do well, John, and happy travels. Oh well, that'll be it for today. Please tune up with us again at Somber Mysteries at 66.6, The Boys of the Undead. This was your host, Revoen, speaking. Have a good night, and remember, if you aren't being hunted, then you aren't living life. Okay, I got that wrong. Because my thought process was like, oh, it's not how you die, it's when you die. But I guess I kind of like blew the one not there. I should be fine. Uh, because like the phrase "it's not how you die, but when you die," it kind of gives like a whole paradox time. It doesn't specify when exactly the calls are coming up. That's the whole gist of it. So it can be something that is literally happening at the moment. Like for example, on this episode, literally happened at the moment when he was getting essentially attacked by the ghost, right? Unlike let's say the previous episode when she was kind of like, "Hey, what's going on? What happened there?" You know. but it's whatever. I guess I messed up on that, so that was my mistake. So just for the sake of it, and I honestly kind of cringe on my own voice.
You're listening to Somber Mysteries on 66.6, the voice of the undead. I'm your host, Revoen, and today we have an interesting caller that said that he had been dealing with strange circumstances. Hello, help me. I don't know what's going on. This thing is just.
Hello, John. Can you hear me?
Please send someone. Anyone, please.
Hello, John. You there? Humans are surely pesky creatures that like to waste our time. Remember, lovely listeners, in somber mysteries, it's not what you may think may happen, but when it happens. There it is! I was wondering where exactly that line was supposed to be. Oh my god, that is funny. I like this episode already. I hope this episode also will get on YouTube. That's up to debate. Because like I don't know how well like audio dramas tend to be here on YouTube, you know? So it's a 50-50. I wouldn't be upset if it doesn't do well, or if it does well, that's great. Um, I'm technically doing this as a, I want to say like a hobby, or just like a way to learn, like uh, refresh my skills on things. Like I'm pretty sure you saw like some of the tabs on my browser. I'm also trying to learn Python on like coding, so I'm slacking off on that one. But yeah, um, but then again, it's just up to you to whatever happens, it happens. I'm not really going to like be upset if it doesn't do well. Um, because at the end of the day, it's just I'm doing something on the side. So, anyways, I guess as always, it's my turn to tell more delightful stories. I received a house as my heritage for my grandparents a few days ago. Seems like my mom, uncles, and aunts didn't want the place they once called home. For some reason, they never told me. Maybe because it was a different state. Maybe because they didn't want to remember what they lost after all. My family is close after all. As I recently graduated from college, I thought, why not move into the new place and find a job near my home? After all, I wasn't concerned about finding a place to rent since I already have a house. My first night was quiet, but I began to notice strange things the next morning, such as scratches on some of the doors and trail of marks that led to a well in the backyard. My flashlight couldn't illuminate the depth of the well, giving me the impression that it might be connected to a reservoir of water. I tried throwing a pebble into the well, but I never heard a sound, neither from a splash nor from the pebble reaching the bottom. So I didn't really pay too much attention, and I assumed some stray cat might have snuck into the house during the night and really liked to scratch things. On the same night, I discovered what was causing the sound. I was laying on bed. It was a windy night, and I stayed up late binge watching one of my favorite shows. Once I turned off the TV and closed my eyes to rest. The cat must be hungry, I thought to myself, as I stand up from the bed and finally met the little fellow that has been breaking into my home for the last few nights. As soon as I got to the door, I turned on the light and opened the door. But there was no cat on the other side. I looked into the living room as my eyes slowly adjust to the darkness until I saw it rapidly reaching to me. I saw a multitude of fingers. Yeah, that wasn't a cat. What was that? No, no. I gotta kill someone, and that's when. Help! Please, just help me! Send help! The police! Anyone! Something's dragging me away. That thing is not human. Just a bunch of hands, please. Mom, Dad, anyone? Help.
I see you came across the lovely souls of the past. It is said as long as you respect their territory, you'll be fine. But they are quite timid on broad daylight. I hope you do well, John, and happy travels. Oh well, that'll be it for today. Please tune up with us again at Somber Mysteries at 66.6, The Voice of the Undead. This was your host, Revoen, speaking. Have a good night, and remember, if you aren't being hunted, then you aren't living life. Okay. I like certain aspects. There was one point that I really liked. I feel like it turned out better than anticipated. Um, I think I was here. When my thought process was I wanted to have more depth when it cracks, but it honestly does sounds a little bit better than I anticipated. I love the voice acting at the end of the static. Yeah, so before and after the static is essentially like the host communicating, hey, this is what's happening, or what this is what's supposed to be happening, right? At the beginning you have the host.
You're listening to Somber Mysteries on.
At the end you have again the host of the show per se.
I hope you do well, John.
And my whole ambition of his character is somebody who is arrogant, who believe he's like the biggest. Last time was perfect. Thank you. I honestly thought that it was a little bit embarrassing to say, and I felt like which one? Where was it?
Somber Mysteries is not what you may think may happen, but when it happens.
I feel like that line specifically could it be a little bit better if I had say something around like it's not when you die, but it's no how you die, but when you die. Yeah, your voice sounds great when you do the host part. Thank you. That's, I feel a little worse now. Thank you. But I feel like there was something missing. Not that one. Not that one. Oh yeah, I remember now. Okay. I believe might be this one. I know I was gonna say I was gonna go to bed, but this it might be a little bit better if I add this part.
And happy travels.
It was right there. And so what I'm hoping that I can do is let's multiply this. And let's make this. Let's make about yay. So what I'm thinking is making making it sound like if it's more than one. Hopefully this works. No, let me do that. happy travels. And I say about there because I don't want to like be like too repetitive on it, or not repetitive. Like make it last like unnecessarily long. Because I feel like it will ruin like the whole effect of like what happened to John. Because it like the ambition that I have for John is essentially like big. Like, did he survive? Did he not survive? Did the song come out? Because the thing that I'm pointing out is like, oh, is they're afraid of the day essentially. So if the song was coming out, the hands would be like rushing back into the well. And the thought process that I had for the well specifically was like back in Mexico where I used to grow. Um, they used to have wells. Even my grandpa's like home has a well. And from what I was told, I want to say my grandma essentially at one point saw a ghost is their backyard just pointed at something, and allegedly it was a ghost from like back of like the Mexican Revolution type of thing. So that's where I'm like, oh, I can probably use that as an idea. Because like Mexicans are like really big into like the whole, yeah, yeah. My grandma has one. I believe one of my uncle has one. Literally next to my house, the house that I grew up at. Um, there was a well. Somehow, some way, the entire place was essentially walled off until somebody came in and just made that place a parking lot. But the well never got taken out until maybe like years later. Um, and there's a funny story. I'll just tell the story and wrap it up because I do gotta go to bed. Um, there was this a story from the kids that the well next to my parents' house uh was being haunted by a witch, and every night you can like hear the witch like just like calling for kids, and whoever was coming approaching the well, she used to snag them like into the well and drowns them. That's like an urban legend type of thing. How true that is, I don't know. I never like what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say I never stuck around like long enough to know that, but again, it's an urban legend. Urban legends are created for a reason, either to scare the kids or because something happens and things kind of change over the years. But yeah, it was an interesting story to say the least. Um, Other than that, yeah. Anyways, I do gotta go to bed because it's almost 5. I'm probably going to see if I can upload it tomorrow after work. I tend to arrive like around midnight, and I tend to play games like afterwards, because it's kind of like I want to decompress. So yeah. Um, Tomorrow I don't know what I'll be doing tomorrow though. I'm probably just gonna continue my let's play on my stream on Dead Space because I've been dragging my feet on that one. Um, so yeah, I'm hoping I can finish that one and then hop on Dark Souls 3 already. Anyways, have a good night, Natasha. Thank you so much for coming in tonight. Um, thanks for stream. No, thank you so much for coming in tonight. It's fine. Thank you so much for coming in tonight. I really appreciate it. For anybody that's watching this on the background or the bot, thank you so much for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. Um, Hopefully you guys enjoyed the next episode. You too have a great night and day. Thank you so much. Same to you. Uh, my brain's still working right now. um, Hopefully you guys have a great, beautiful, wonderful day, night, or evening, whatever time you guys are watching this. And yeah, anyways, we'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow if I don't forget to stream. Anyways,